अस्सलामु अलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी वयस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। रब्बना ज़िदना इल्मा। आमीन या रब्बल आलमीन। Today, inshallah, we are going to have a review session for फ़ेल मुदारी, the era for फ़ेल मुदारी, the three stages that we have learned for फ़ेल मुदारी. Let's begin, inshallah. We learn about the three stages for फ़ेल मुदारी, when the फ़ेल मुदारी is marfu, when the फ़ेल मुदारी is in the state of nasab, and when फ़ेल मुदारी is majzoom in the state of jazm. We learned that फ़ेल मुदारी is marfu when there is no harf jazma or harf nasaba affecting it or attached with it, and it is the default state of फ़ेल मुदारी. Then we have the mansoob state, the life state, when fi'l mudari is affected by the huruf and nasba lil mudari. And there are other reasons as well that we are going to learn in the advanced new sessions. Then we have the majzoom, the light state for fi'l mudari, when a fi'l mudari is affected by huruf jazma lil mudari. We learn and we have memorized this fi'l mudari chart that is in the state of marfu. We know that the dhamma and the subutun noon is that this is the default chart for fi'l mudari. Here we can see fi'l mudari, ma'loom marfu state chart when there is dhamma and the subutun noon is cleared. You can see here. وَيَفْعَلُوا هُمَا يَفْعَلَانِ هُمْ يَفْعَلُونَ هي تفعل هما تفعلان هن يفعلن أنت تفعل أنتما تفعلان أنتم تفعلون أنت تفعلين أنتما تفعلان أنتن تفعلن أنا أفعل نحن نفعل. Then we have فعل مضارع معلوم منصوب جار ويفعل هما يفعلا هم يفعلوا هي تفعل هما تفعلا هن يفعلن أنت تفعلا أنتما تفعلا أنتم تفعلوا أنت تفعلي أنتما تفعلا أنتن تفعلن أنا أفعل نحن نفعل. The fathas and the dropping of the noon is clear in the chart. Then we have الفعل مضارع معلوم مجزوم جار ويفعل هما يفعلا هم يفعلوا هي تفعل هما تفعلا هن يفعلن أنت تفعل أنتما تفعلا أنتم تفعلوا أنت تفعلي أنتما تفعلا أنتن تفعلن أنا أفعل نحن نفعل. And remember, in all the three charts for marfu, mansoob, and majzoom are hunna and antuna, the women versions for hunna and tunna, they all remain same. There's no dropping of the noon happening in all the three charts. They all remain same, hunna and antuna, in all the three fi'l mudari, marfu, majzoom, and mansoob charts. They do not change their states. They remain same with this with this noon. Actually, this noon is a pronoun for telling us that this is a feminine versions. Then we have this majzoom, marfu, and mansoob states for fi'l mudari. We learn about the signs for marfu, mansoob, and majzoom. For marfu, we have dhamma and subut noon. For light mansoob version, we have fatha and the hasf noon. And for majzoom, we have the jazm or the sukoon, the hasf noon or harf illa. Then we learn about the marfu state in detail when we have the dhamma and the subut noon. We learn about af'al al-sahiha and af'al mu'talla. And we learned about the subut noon for the halat rafa, that it is attached only with alif isnain, wa al-jama, and ya al-mukhataba. And that can be seen in this marfu chart that we learned. Then we did the examples for fi'l mudari marfu as well. And we learned how to write the i'rab for them as well. Then we learned the alamat for fi'l mudari in this flowchart, that we have the dhamma zahira and dhamma muqaddara. We can have the two types of dhamma, an implied or the hidden dhamma or the visible dhamma. Then we have the subut noon. We learn about the subut noon, that it can only be seen with the af'al al-khamsa. For the mazahira, it's only will happen with the sahih akhir, like yazhabu, dhamma muqaddara for all the mutal akhir, alif, waw, or ya. It can again be لتعذر for alif, لتعذر for alif, للسكن for واو and ya. Then we learned about the two terms لتعذر and للسكن. لتعذر with only with the alif, the impossibility of putting the dhamma or fatha, and the heaviness of dhamma or fatha with the waw and the letter ya. لتعذر is due to the impossibility of this visibility of the dhamma, like yabqa, yata'ala, and lissaqal is the due to the heaviness, and they both are due to, or you can say, because of the problem of pronouncing these words with the dhamma, fatha, and the sukoon. Then we learn about the light state or the mansub state, and the signs were the fatha and the hasfin noon. We know that it can only happen when verbs are preceded by the huruf al-nasiba lil mudari. And we have seen them, and inshallah we'll see them in detail as well. We have already done them in the advanced classes as well, in our balagha classes as well. So you can go through that as well. We learn about the mansub or light state when the signs were the fatha for afal sahiha and afal mutalla. How we are going to write the i'rab. We also learned about that as well. The afal mudari mansub, the fi'l mudari mansub can only ends with the visible fatha on the last root letter for huwa, hiya, anta, ana, and nahnu only when the last root letter is sahih, like lan yaf'ala. For mutalla lan yakhsha. We know the fi'l mudari mansub wa alamat nasbiyya fatha muqaddara, implied or the hidden. You can say the fatah here because you cannot put it here because litu azur for due to the impossibility of applying the fatah visibly to this particular verb form, and that is this is from the afal mutalla. Fi'l mudari mansub always ends for afal mutalla with the visible, invisible or the implied fatah on the last root letter. This is the chart that we already learned for mansub or bi hasfin noon. You can see this hasfin noon here, the dropping of the noon for afal al khamsa, and this. This is also from the afal al khamsa, the ya mukhatiba. We did the example for fi'l mudari mansub as well. We saw that when it is preceded by a harf nasab, the dropping of the noon happens, like lan yakziba, lan yakzibu. We also did the flowchart for alamat nasb fi'l mudari. We saw that the dhamma can be zahira or muqaddara, and there is a hasf noon for dropping or a dropping of the noon for afal al khamsa. For fatha, there are two conditions, zahira, that can be for sahi akhir and for mutal akhir, waw and ya. As example, yazhabu, yazhaba, sorry, there is this typo here, yazhaba, yasmua, and yarmiya. There, fathas are clear. For fatha muqaddara, mutal akhir only happening for alif, alif maksura, litu'azzur, yabqa, yata'ala. You cannot see it, but you know that there is an implied fatha or the muqaddara fatha here. And then there has been known for al khamsa. We know that al maqsu alif, how to differentiate these all these alamat or nasab and the rafa and the majzoom state, that we know that alif maksura, waw and ya, the dhamma is implied or the fatha is implied or muqaddara, like yaksha or yabqa, yata'ala, and there is no harf nasab or jazma before it. So you know that you see it when the word is alone or word is standing alone. There is no harf jazma or harf nasba. So then there is an invisible or implied dhamma or implied fatha or like this here. Okay, so you know that this is in the state of marfu or in the state of mansub. So we cannot see it, but it's always there. Then we learn about the majzoom state. We learn about jazm or the sukoon, has been known, and has harf illa. We learn about the three states. We know that sukoon will only happen when there is sahih akhir. We know that if the last letter is sahih, not weak, like waw, ya, and alif, mudari majzoom will end with the sukoon on the last letters, and it with the inbuilt pronouns. We know that what are the inbuilt pronouns? The huwa, hiya, anta, ana, and nahnu. Then we have this فعل مضارع مجزوم for حذف النون. We know that this is the second way of making the فعل مضارع مجزوم, and it is by the omission of the noon or حذف النون, which happens only in the case of أفعال الخمسة, like يكتبوا, like يكتبا, تكتبا, يكتبوا, تكتبوا, يكتبي, like this. And then we have the last condition, that is حذف حرف إلا or حذف حرف آخر. So in case of these words, this alif, waw, and ya, we have these weak words, these harf illas, and that the mudari is made majzoom by just simply dropping this weak letter or the harf illa. Like we have seen this, yabqa, yata'ala, yasmu, yarmi. There is the dropping of the harf illa. And we know that for all the feminine hunna and antunna, we know that these afal have the inbuilt pronouns and they do not drop their, you can say they do not drop their this noon. And their noon is noon niswa. This is not noon al-Arab. Noon al-Arab is only for afal al-khamsa, that is dropped here. That is noon niswa for the feminine, you can see in the chart. Noon niswa, that is not dropped. All the three charts for marfu, mansoob, and majzoom. This will remain here. This is noon niswa. This pronoun is inbuilt pronoun, and this is noon niswa, hunna, and anduna version. That is unlike noon al-arab for afal khamsa, and we know that this noon niswa for every hunna and anduna, this has this inbuilt pronoun. So their endings, we can say that their endings are unchanged, they are mabni, and all in all these three states, the marfu, the mansoob, the majzoom state, hunna and antana, because these words are mabni, you can say, because all the other afal or the sigas are changing their states. This is as we learned that this is فعل مضارع منصوب وعلامة نصبه حذف النون لأنه من الأفعال الخمسة. Like this, we know how to do the إعراب. But for hunna and antunna, we know that they are not changing their states. They are the mabni words because they remain in all the marfu, mansub, and majzoom state. Every time they remain the same. So this is the recap for all the three states for فعل مضارع, for the marfu, mansoob, and the majzoom. Alhamdulillah. So inshallah, we will continue with a new lesson in the next section. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.